What's up, people? Welcome back to the BCMA podcast. That's the Black Clover Martial Arts podcast. It's your boy Lucky from Lucky's Muay Thai. This is episode number 96, and we are quickly approaching episode 100, and I will have some surprises for that, so make sure you lock in your notifications so you'll know when that is. We're about 4 episodes away, so stay tuned for that. In this episode, we got to talk Ferreira versus Roundtree at UFC 307. I don't even know anymore. And a little bit more about the main card, but primarily about that fight because it was very, very exciting for several different reasons. PFL Pay-per-view, October 19th, Battle of the Giants. Ngannou is back, but he has a giant obstacle in front of him, so we got to talk about that. Also, hurricane just passed. I think everybody's had enough. We definitely don't need any more natural disaster work in this country. So if you can help anybody, provide any help, please do that. Maybe I'll drop a hotline or something below where everybody can donate to whatever it is, Red Cross or whatever. So, but first, if you like the show, keep the like, hit the subscribe button, tell a friend, pass it along, drop a comment below for the algorithm. You can always hit that notification bell if you want to see this pretty mug pop up every time I drop something. If you want to stop by the gym, hit us up, www.luckysmt.com. Get in, get your trial class, come in and learn some Muay Thai, hit Roberto Carrero up, learn some Jiu-Jitsu. We have a fantastic program, and it's growing rather quickly. So get in where you fit in. Come see us, www.luckysmt.com, and join a fantastic, welcoming Muay Thai Jiu-Jitsu family. Okay, I guess we got to talk about Ferreira Roundtree in this last UFC because it was amazing for many different reasons. Everybody's giving so much support to Roundtree. Khalil Roundtree really put on a great performance, especially the first 2 rounds. And his stock has grown. His stock has grown. For those that didn't know, he's always been a bit of a barbarian in there. And he's been living in Thailand, obviously training a lot of Muay Thai. It's shown in his fights. I think people were expecting to see a little bit more of that in this fight. Like, he did not initiate a clinch, like a Muay Thai clinch. He didn't use enough of the knees. He had a great body kick, great head kick. Not enough. There was not enough Muay Thai, to be honest. And he didn't supplement with that with any grappling, which was also an issue. And as much as I'm even rocking the Moncall in his honor because he really did do well. I'm not sure that just surviving is enough to give credit for. That to me is ridiculous. Like, the first 2 rounds, he really brought it to Pereira. He really slung his left hand. He really did exactly what he was supposed to do. However, and this is what I say about the greats, Pereira's great for a lot of reasons. But one of the things he was able to do was make an adjustment, and his adjustments opened up the world for him. So I don't know. I believe some quote was that, he went back to the corner at some point. This is Pereira, and his corner, either he said to his corner or his corner said to them, look, it's going to be one of these glory nights, meaning glory kickboxing nights. And so he fought him in a kickboxing style. He broke him down systematically over time, outside leg kick. The jab started to work inside of the leg, meaning like you're supposed to be fighting for the outside position so you have a better opportunity against somebody fighting in the opposite stance. So Pereira being orthodox, Khalil Roundtree being southpaw, they're both fighting for lead leg position. And Pereira even worked Pacquiao style. He worked inside the lead leg, and he would throw a hard jab or jabbing, almost turning hooking jab, and when Roundtree would throw his right hook, it would be coming over the top of Pereira's back, so it wasn't causing him any damage at all. And then he would work the jab on the outside of that foot and over the arm of Roundtree. Either way, the jab was pumping. The outside leg kick damaged Kru Roundtree's lead leg. Then the body kick started to work. But prior to all that, let me just flash back really quick. The first 2 rounds were great. Second round, Khalil did some great things. He landed a great body kick. Oh, that was the beginning of the third, I think. Anyway, he landed a good head kick. When Pereira missed his head kick, Khalil hit him with the hook, which is more like a forearm or like a clothesline almost, that somewhat dropped Pereira, but it wasn't like a clean shot or anything like that. So the main issue here is Khalil faded, and that might have been damage accumulated plus cardio, being that they were in Salt Lake City. The other thing is, I believe we got to see what happens when Pereira starts to really open up, because he had to work through his progression of like working that leg kick, dealing with Khalil's blitzing style and double left hands and his viciousness and the fact that he's a bit of a tank. And he slow rolled that little bit at a time, take his eyesight away with the jab. Then everything started to open up. He started putting together combos, slipping, pulling. Then the knees opened up, single knee, jump knee. Then the body opened up, little body kick, head kick. So many techniques opened up that I think it was only, as anybody else saw, it was only a matter of time. And I think that really had to do with, this is what happens when one of the greats gets going. Once he caught his rhythm and broke Khalil Roundtree down to a point where he can like unleash, he literally unleashed almost everything he could. And not to say that Khalil Roundtree wasn't fighting back, because even when he was fighting back, Ferreira was slipping and pulling and turning. And I mean, it was literally doing everything he needed to do to keep this fight moving in the direction that would lead him to a finish, which he did. Body hook, uppercut. I think it was actually overhand right, body hook, uppercut, and that closed the show. Shout out to Roundtree for really, really putting on a great performance and really doing exactly what you have to do with a guy like Pereira, which is try your best to take it to him. I think a big problem was you cannot fight him in open space. You got to push him to the cage a little bit. You got to get him uncomfortable. Open space for this guy who's longer, taller, multiple time champion in kickboxing. Like, why would you want to give him space? I'm assuming that he felt like his Muay Thai would match up, but unfortunately, the skill set was too broad for him to match up, especially not having the cardio. But shout out to him. Pereira needs a break. He's fought like 5 times in 16 months, 3 title. Yeah, he fought 3 title fights this year. He was banged up before this one, didn't know if he was going to fight. I mean, the amount of fights he's had, the talent of his opponents. He's been fighting major opponents. Give that man a break and let him come back and fight somebody easy to start. And then let's see what happens. But yeah, great fight. And, man, Pereira really showed that, you know, the left hook is not all there is. And I hope everybody took note, because nobody should ever think that it's just the left hook. He's been doing a lot of different things. He just hadn't had to show it a lot of times. But here in a situation where he had to show it, he showed everything. So be careful what you wish for out there. Also on that same card was Pena versus Pennington. Pena coming back from injury. Raquel Pennington being the champ. And first round, I don't know. Second 2 rounds, Pena. Last 2 rounds, Pennington. And Pennington was really pouring it on at the end. Unfortunately, she lost her belt to Pena. Pena immediately gets on the mic and calls out Amanda Nunes, which was, to me, the correct call. Everybody's like, they had Kayla Harrison on the screen. She should have called her out. Amanda Nunes isn't even in the UFC. Listen, I don't know. I don't think Kayla mentioned Pena or Amanda Nunes. I don't think that Pena gives a damn about Kayla right now. I think Pena has an idea that it's 1-1 against Amanda Nunes. She knows damn well Amanda Nunes is ready to come back and is not over there really retiring. And not only that, she wants the trilogy win over what they call the women's GOAT. Why wouldn't you call that person out? It only makes sense. I'm not going to call Kayla Harrison out, because what if I fight her, I lose my belt, and then I can't fight Amanda Nunes when she comes back and gets the immediate title shot? No, man. You go for the big money fight, and if Amanda doesn't come back, then I guess Kayla it'll be. But you always shoot for the stars, right? I understand she was on the screen and it seems like, oh, you're going to knock that one out of the park, and everybody seems like, oh man, that was the wrong choice. But Amanda Nunes got right onto that Twitter or Instagram and started talking about how she was dancing and singing and how she was missing the UFC. Dana White called me. So yeah, it was definitely the right call out. Shoot for the stars. If that doesn't work, then you have to take whatever's after that. But and honestly, get in the gym and get some more work, because Pennington looked better, but started late, and there just wasn't enough there from either fighter for me to see that they're ready for Amanda's return. I think Kayla's got the best chance, to be honest, because she has a supreme skill set in certain things. So anyway, that was UFC, Pereira Roundtree, and we shall see what happens in the future for Pereira. But as again, Monco for Roundtree, shout out to him. All right, PFL is dropping a pay-per-view October 19th called Battle of the Giants. I think they're doing in Riyadh. This is Ngannou versus Ferreira. Now, Ngannou's had a rough year. He lost his fight to Anthony Joshua. He lost his child to medical issues. And there's nothing worse than that. And I don't even know how you prepare. I guess you take your mind off of things by going to the gym, but this is a tough task to come off of those two things. To deal with those two emotional struggles and issues is really difficult. And then to have to fight this 6'8" monster, Renan Ferreira, is insane. The dude's arms are as long as my body. Like one arm is as long as my body. The dude is crazy big. And he is a lot more skilled than he appears. I mean, there's times where he's out there and he appears like he's maybe not as skilled, but after watching him a couple times, I think he's got a little more skill than people really realize. So that one's going to be a banger, and it probably won't last very long. If it goes to the second round, I will be really surprised. Chris Cyborg is fighting Larissa Pacheco, and that is because Kayla Harrison left the UFC. This is right now the biggest women's fight there is. I mean, Cyborg's a legend. Pacheco has started to really make her name over there in the PFL. And I don't see another fight in MMA for women that's as big as this. So I like it. Johnny Eblin's fighting Fabian Edwards. It's a rematch from last year. It's going to be great. That was a banger. Rafion Stotts is fighting on this card. AJ McKee is fighting on this card. Now, I don't know about a pay-per-view for PFL, but I do think that they have great fighters over there now, and they can really put together a good card. So, man, a pay-per-view, Francis Ngannou, after what he's done the last couple years, this might be the thing. I think the only issue is because of his losses and the loss to his child, they weren't able to market the way they probably could have and should have. But had they been able to, I think this might have been actually a decent pay-per-view. I'm definitely going to watch it. PFL might have some stuff in store. People are talking about one championship. Oh, cover one championship enough. I don't feel moved. It's unfortunate. Some of the fights are good. I mean, a lot of the fights are good, but nothing is selling me to make me go and watch it. Like, it's only certain fights that I really want to go and watch. And then fights out of love. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, you know what? Let me watch some fights on one just because I love Muay Thai. But again, this business is about marketing and attention, and somehow they have to figure out a way to gain the attention back. They have little moments, but they're not garnering the attention they should, and then they have all these behind the scenes issues, and I think that it puts a real dark blemish on trying to really enjoy what they're doing, unfortunately. What else? Well, hurricane just passed through here, and I just want to say that I hope everybody's safe. As I said, I'm going to put hurricane relief at the bottom. So if anybody wants to, donate, do that kind of thing, there'll be a number somewhere scrolling through the bottom of this. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm done. I'm out. If you like the show, tip the like, hit the subscribe button, tell a friend, pass it along, hit that notification bell if you want to see this pretty mug pop up on your screen. If you want to stop by the gym, hit us up, www.luckysmt.com. You can hit me up directly at Lucky's Muay Thai on Instagram, or Roberto Carrero at Carrero Martial Arts on Instagram for your jiu-jitsu journey. And we're looking forward to seeing you, meeting you, and getting some work. See you soon. Peace.